Hi team, how are you? Dr. Miranda here. Just taking a few moments break. Had you guys on my mind. A lot of interesting things happening, of course, this week in terms of international trade as it relates to our class. Most of you have, of course, selected companies to expand to certain European markets. And the big news coming out of the financial world, of course, is that the European Union decided that they're going to slap the United States tit for tat in terms of tariffs. Is this a trade war? I don't think so. What we're seeing is these nations with the rise of a more populist approach, not only to government, but also to trade. They're looking into a realignment of their trade policies in terms of not ideology, but I think in terms of more a pragmatic approach. Are we seeing the end of globalism? I do not think so. Are we seeing the end of global trade? No, I don't think so. Global trade will be here with us as long as the human race endures. It is something inherent in us that we need to trade with our neighbor, that we need to trade with distant borders. It's just the way that we are built, and so this type of activity will endure as long as the human race is here on this planet. What we are seeing again is a realignment. There's been major frustration in certain segments of the American economy with China. They're looking at China and seeing, the China manipulation of currency, Chinese practices of dumping their products in the international market, in violation of trademarks and trade secrets. Also, in terms of industrial espionage, has, I think, variables that really are stoking this realignment, right? Also, there's something, it's not just endemic to the United States as well. This includes other nations as well. We are seeing independent nations now taking a more independent and unilateral approach to trade, meaning there's less reliance on a trade bloc mentality such as the European Union, Mercosur, NAFTA, and more of a independent unilateral trade. So our trade blocs is something that's going to go away with the wind? I don't think so. What we're seeing is, I believe, a realignment of trade, looking more for the benefit of the home market, and there's nothing wrong with that. The U.S. wanting to profit from its trade, China wants to profit from its trade, the European Union wants to profit from its trade. It's just the way business is done. Now, how does this affect you in your assignments, your project? Just be sure to include some of these changes in terms of tariffs. That's really going to cut down on your profit. Include those on your profit and loss. Include those on your balance sheet. Make sure that you make provision for those, particularly for those of you who are starting working on the necessary financials in terms of how much money you're going to need for your expansion. Also, for those of you who are working on your risk, you see, this type of market volatility is a risk that you also can allude to, something that should be taken into consideration as you head towards your final project. So I want to thank you for your hard work, for your dedication, and I'm looking forward to some fantastic expansion projects. If you have any questions, any concerns, please reach out to me, and it'll be a pleasure to contact you. Take care. Bye-bye.